This is Gospel Music Today. We're at the National Quartet Convention, and we are talking to members of the Smith family trio. Sitting right next to me is Teresa Smith. And Teresa, welcome to Gospel Music Today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us today.
I'm going to ask you to introduce these other Smith people.
I'll be glad to. This is my husband, Phil. He is the one who writes a lot of the songs that our group does, and this is our son behind us, and he's a great asset to our group also. His name is Jeremy, by the way.
Now, you guys recently celebrated a pretty significant anniversary for the group.
Yes, we did. We celebrated 25 years of singing gospel music.
How did you get started as a group?
Well, actually, we started singing with me and my husband, Phil, and his sister started out as an original member of our group around 25 years ago, and we just started singing locally around churches and just places that people would call for us or whatever, and it just kind of snowballed into what we have going today.
Now, let me ask Phil, how did you originally become interested in Southern gospel music?
Well, gospel music's always been part of our family. My grandpa played instruments, my mother played instruments and sang, and two uncles that sung, and kind of got over on me, I guess, through the process of going to church and interested in music, stuff like that. So,
I want to ask you about your writing, but first let me torture Jeremy. I know he wanted to just stand there and smile. You come right over here. We, fairly or unfairly, Southern gospel music, a lot of people think is something that appeals to older people. Now, you're not in that category. What brought you into this, other than being in the family?
I've always enjoyed Southern gospel music, church, and it's just been part of my life, and I've just been with my parents, and it's just been part of my life. It always has been.
Who were the first groups that attracted you?
I've always liked the older groups, the Hensons, the Goodmans, any of those. They've always been my favorite.
That's great. Phil, do you write most of the music that the Smith family records?
we probably do about 95% of my songs that we write. We do like the Happy Goodman family and the Hensons, and we like to hold on to traditional groups like that. So, and we do a lot of writing.
I like to ask this to the people who write. Where do the songs come from?
Inspiration. You could walk by something, a preacher can say something, or just everyday life. I mean, it just kind of jumps out at you, and the first thing you know, or you're in a corner somewhere writing down on a piece of paper, or playing the guitar or the piano, writing music. So just, it can come from anywhere. And mostly inspired by God. Of course, mostly is inspired by God, but there's just different things that can inspire you as a songwriter.
You have to be ready for it.
You have to be ready at all times, because it can come like that. And there's don't tell you how many songs I've missed by not starting to write. See, but we've written about 200.
Now, has the Smith family been recording?
Yes, sir, we have. We've made actually total of about 5 or 6 recordings, and the last one is probably the more professional type recording that we've done that had a Morning Star label with Eddie Crook, and so we just went from there, and we're just waiting to see what God has in store for us.
Now, what's the title of the newest CD?
It's called Roll Stones Away, which is a song on our project that was written by Phil, and it just is a song that, as a matter of fact, is going to be released on a comp disc just in the very near future.
Now, where can people find the Smith family website?
Look under thesmithfamilytrio.net, and it has all kinds of information. We have audio clips, video clips, and you can find out information about us there.
Well, to all the Smith family, thank you very much for talking to us on Gospel Music Today.
God bless you.
Thank you so much for having us.
There's more coming up on Gospel Music Today.